I think we can all agree that it is vitally important for aging adults to get strong and stay strong. So, to that end, what do you think is the best strength exercise / movement for older adults to get strong? And specifically, I'd like to talk about the deadlift. Do you think it's safe, worthy? So let's talk about that today, and we'll delve into my latest deadlift session. Let's go do it. Alrighty, let's get into this thing. Now today I want to talk about a couple of things. And first and foremost, I want to talk about aging adults and keeping us stronger, getting us stronger and keeping us stronger safely so that we can live more vibrant, active, and healthy, fitter lives. And as I mentioned earlier, to that end, what is the best way to do that? What exercise is the best way to help aging adults get stronger and stay stronger? Well, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that my opinion on that is resistance training. Training with weights, lifting weights, and more specifically, barbell training. Now, when I say barbell training, I'm thinking of things like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses. Now, I kind of focus on, I do focus on deadlifts first, squats second, and bench press third. And actually, in that order, as far as my preference goes, I do love some deadlifts, so I am biased in this discussion. If I had or was told I could only do one exercise for the rest of my life, I would pick the deadlift. Now that would certainly be a tough choice, but that's what I would pick. I just think it involves so many muscles. There's such a total body involvement in the deadlift that it would be the exercise of choice if it was the only one I could do. Now, there are a lot of folks out there that are deathly afraid of movements like deadlifts and squats, and in particular for older people. And I've talked about this before. As a matter of fact, in my previous video that I'll link down in the description there and up in the corner, I was talking about my workout buddy Howard, and his in this particular video was squat centric. But I mentioned that the secret to these movements and doing them safely and effectively and getting all we can out of them is to do them safely and dose them properly. Meaning, you want to use the right amount of volume, the right amount of weight with and incorporating the right amount of rest and recovery. Now, in my case and my workout partner Howard, our case is dosage-wise, we do something called progressive overload, which I've talked about before many times, and our particular approach is 3 sets of 5 reps. And we'll do, say, for example, deadlifts in this case, every 7 days. We'll do a session every 7 days at the most. This session today was actually after 8 days rest. And I could tell, I felt good about it. I felt good today. And so that I did not lose any strength. I felt better today after an 8-day rest. But we go with a 7-day rest. So our dosage is 3 sets of 5 reps and do the movement every 7 days. Now, so I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Are deadlifts safe and effective and useful? Are they harmful and detrimental? I'm sure there are a lot of varying opinions on this, and those are the two extremes, and there may be some opinions in the middle, but I'd love to hear what you think about deadlifts. Would they be your go-to exercise if you could pick or had to pick only one exercise for the rest of your life. Now, let's talk about today's deadlift session, my deadlift session today. I am on deadlift cycle 2. Now, my goal is to get to a successful, legit 450-pound deadlift pull by the end of this year, 2024. So I started that with my deadlift cycle 1, which I started in October of 2023. Just a quick view here of my heart rate after that set. That was it was actually 160. It went down to 152 before I could film it. So this is definitely a high intensity, no volume, but high intensity, at least for me. But so I started in October of 2023, and using a progressive overload approach, as I was talking about, I progressively moved up to a working weight of 380 pounds, whereupon I plateaued. It was heavy. I was not making good progress with it, so I decided it was time to deload and reload and start over again. And I have a video of that very process that I will link in the description and again up in the corner up here, so you can see some graphics on the deload and how I plan that program, my deload program. But effectively what I do is take the last working weight from cycle 1, in this case of 380 pounds, take 90% of that, which ends up being 342 pounds, rounded down to 340. And I started over again. Cycle 2 started at 340 pounds at a working weight, and I'm just going to keep going until I plateau again, and hopefully that'll be higher than 380, hopefully around 400. But this session here today was 345, felt great. Now when I got in the gym today, on the walk up, I really wasn't feeling it. I was not sure what to expect, but it turned out great. I could have done more reps on each and every one of those, but I constrained myself, stuck with the plan, and did not deviate. Patience, caution are the key here. As I said, the dosage, stick to it incrementally. Don't be silly and jump too fast. Good way to mess up some progress at best and get hurt at worst. So I mentioned I do 3 sets of 5 reps. Now I deviate from that occasionally, as you'll see here. This is a 4th rep. Whenever I can successfully do 3 sets of 5 reps in a session, I'll go up to the next weight, the weight that I'll use in the next session, and do some reps with that just to get acclimated to it. And here's 350, 5 reps. Again, felt good. Could have done more than 5, but again, stayed within the bounds. But there it is, an excellent deadlift session, and I want to say thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. This was a good one. And with that, I will say, till next time, go get 'em. Mark out.